You were giving something.
We were giving transportation money after the meeting.
That money they are saying couldn't be transportation because of the amount involved. What do you say about that? Because transport.
I'm a very honest person.
Okay.
Let me explain to you, and then you'll be able to judge it yourself.
Okay.
After the meeting, one man called Boham, who was in charge of the IT aspect of the whole program, met us and told us that some of us came all the way from Kumasi, Cape Coast, and other voter region and all that. And so they invited us to have that meeting. And if nothing at all, it is their responsibility to transport us to our various destinations. And so they brought white envelope. And without white envelope, the man explains that the money in it depends on where you are coming from. If you are coming from Cape Coast, together with your lunch, 400 cedis. If you are coming from Greater Accra, 200 cedis. If you are coming from voter region, if you are coming from Cape Coast, 300 cedis. If you are coming from voter region, I think 400 cedis. If you are coming from Kumasi, 400 cedis. So that was what transpired. That was the money that we were given. So, but when they went to the presidency, the envelope that they gave, as of now, they have never named it.
I see. So that money given to you, this is what I've been hearing. So I am asking to clarify. That money wasn't to keep you guys your mouth shut. Then you sneak at the back of them to start making that. After collecting the money, you decided to still go ahead to do that press.
Very good. That tells you that after receiving that 400 cedis for transportation, okay, I was coming from Cape Coast. Hello.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Yeah, I was coming from Cape Coast. After receiving that 400 cedis, I never kept silence. In fact, within 2 weeks that the portal was not opened, after we had been promised, I wrote a letter to the media. And that groups never supported me. That is why I said that they have their own agenda. That group, after 2 weeks that they had promised that the portal will be opened, that group, they never support. I still released a press statement to TV3, to the media, that this is what we were told, and this is what Anyans has done. He has lied to us. That money never convinced me and my people, the coalition, that we kept our mouth shut. Besides that, we organized press conference. After that, we realized that we have filled all what they asked for. We have submitted our timesheet and all that. The money was not flowing. We still had to schedule meeting for a press conference. But those groups, they shut their mouth up. I don't know whether that money influenced them or whatever. So I was never convinced, and I never remained silent just because they have given me transportation to go back to my hometown. And so they bought me, and that I have to keep my mouth shut. I never did that. Okay. It was my responsibility, my social responsibility, to hold the government accountable, and I did that. But at the moment, I cannot wake up and go to the media and speak against the new government because the program was not established by the new government. So this one, it demands diplomatic approach. It demands engagement. I cannot just wake up one day and say that I'm going to sue the new government of a debt that they have inherited, a program that was an ad hoc program, that was a flagship program, that was established by the previous administration. How could I do that? Ghanaians will subject me into, public direction, mockery. that I'm not intelligent.
Okay.
So all what I'm saying is that the diplomatic approach will help.
So you don't support the court action, but Nana, let me ask you this question. We have seen you going up and down NABCO trainees. The other time I was talking to the other people, and I made it point blank to them, they cannot overlook your contributions and make decisions without you letting you know. Who has been supporting you with resources?
Oh, that's a fantastic question that you've asked. You see, our patron, Nana Berma Asamoah,
Okay.
he's the president for coalition of NABCO trainees. But he established the coalition. And then along the line, he had job and, declined from the scheme.
Okay.
And he is a little bit resourceful.
Okay.
And so anytime the media invites me, I have to resort to him. Nana, I have been called to go to TV3. I have been called to go to Joy News. Support me with transportation. Even the recent demonstration that, press conference that we had, he incurred all the debts.
Okay, that is Nana Berima.
Nana Berima Samoa, he's sponsored, and they know that he's a very resourceful person.
So you are confirming it to me that NDC had never supported you in any.
In what way? Why would the NDC support us? Why? You actually say, why would the NDC support us?
Maybe
no, the NDC was only the NDC only added their voice to our plea. There is no way that the NDC in opposition could have, said that they are in support of what the government was doing. No way in opposition.
That's true.
There's no way they could have said that, oh, we are in support of what the government is doing for not paying NABCO trainees arrears. No. So anytime the NDC communicators also get opportunity, they add their voice that you are owing NABCO trainees, pay them. If you claimed that you have created jobs, your people are crying, the NABCO trainees are crying. Dr. Mahmoud Dubaomia, the scheme was established under your office, so pay them. Does that mean that the NDC has given us money to do demonstrations? And you see, the way our system is too polarized, this is what people will say. But that is far different from the reality. Nana Berma was, and sometimes we even charge our members to do contribution.
Okay.
And the Peterson guy.
Okay.
Yes, Peterson guy. When we joined all of them together. And there was a time I joined them, I onboarded them, because I realized that there was a time for us to be united and get our money. So I onboarded all of them. They were not having the voice. The media didn't know them. So I onboarded them, and I was giving them opportunity to also express their views, their ideas, share their pains in the media space.
Okay.
There was one contribution that we did. There was one contribution. We decided to have demonstration. So we asked trainees to contribute. We use his line. We use his WhatsApp number. His Momo number for that contribution. He has never, that demonstration. Later on, they decided to not join the demonstration. In fact, I wrote a letter. He knows all this. I wrote a letter to him for him to send it to the Greater Accra Regional Commander.
Okay. And
he sent the letter. But then the demonstration didn't come on. We asked him to refund the money so that the money will be given back to NABCO beneficiaries who contributed. He never sent the money. The money is with him.
How much was it?
Oh, it was around 700 or something. 700 Ghana cedis or so. The money is still with him. That aggrieved people. The money is still with Peterson. So me, I was not having any diabolic mind. My approach was to hold the government accountable.
Okay.
And because I was very aggressive, people thought that, oh, I am aligned with the NDC. I am NDC guy. So even if I was NDC guy and the government owes me, don't I have right to hold that government accountable?
So
because I am NDC guy.
So Nana, let's bring this question in mind. You said earlier on you suggested to your people to use the judicial approach, and they didn't agree to it. So why are they now paying heed to your advice and you are saying no?
Is a relevant question. If you are now saying you are going to petition the court, you are going to sue the government, okay, you realize that during the previous administration that I brought that idea, they were so responsible for the program. That particular government launched the program, initiated the program. So if we had sued them on the sins that they committed, that would have gained momentum. And we could have had public support. The underlying word here is public support. If the public is supporting your grievances, Master, it carries volume.
That's true.
Now, it is a new government. And the expectation of the public is not for the government to pay NABCO beneficiaries at the moment. That is not expectation of the public from the new administration. And if you do it, you are not going to get the public support. They will rather turn back to you. They will even insult you. That is why I'm saying that I suggested it earlier on, that if we had done it, it would have helped us. We could have gained public support because at the time, the government that initiated the scheme was in power. It is simple arithmetic.
I see.
The government that initiated the program was in power. Today, they are no more. So a new government has settled in. Yes, you have your right. But if you use that approach, you may lose it. And so use different approach to get what you want. If you go and sue the government right now, it is the NDC that will bear the cost. The government in power, which the party is the NDC, that will bear the cost. Whom they think, and the public think, that they didn't commit that sin.
Yes.
And so you are not going to get the public support. People are even, the media people will even insult you. That you people, are you wise?
But they are not using the media now. They are using the judiciary. So why are you concerned with what the media will say?
They are using the judiciary. But then any letter that will be written, okay, the media will probably intercept it. NABCO was very topical in the media space.
That's true.
So we have public sentiment. So there is no way that you are saying that they are going to use the judiciary. And so the media will not have a say. The media will probably be having conversation regarding this whole matter because it will become very topical. And I am saying that this is not the right time to do so.
So in your opinion, they should wait for like how many months?
It is not even necessary to petition or to sue the government any longer. It is not necessary.
But when I was talking to them, they said the governance is continuous. So to them, they want to sue the government so that the government can call those who were responsible at that time. They will be put before court to prove whether the money, as they were saying, they heard the money was released, but they use it for something else. So when it gets to court, this officials will come and prove whether the money was released or otherwise. What do you say about that?
My brother, you see, I see my colleagues as not being intellectual people. Yes. What are they talking about? There are so many institutions. If they think that there has been any misappropriation of fund, there are so many institutions in Ghana here who can prove further, do an auditing for those responsible to be held culpable. Is that not so?
That's true. You have Sraj and those staffs.
Very good. if you think and you have a case, one, sending the issue to court at this very moment. Look, it is I'm sure they are lacking something. They have forgotten that NABCO as a scheme didn't have legislative instrument. The NABCO never had legislative instrument. There was no instrument that governed the NABCO scheme. It was absolutely a flagship program. How many approach have they embarked on? And realize that this one is very expedient. And so when we use this one, it will help. You have not had engagement with the current government to solicit his idea, whether or not they are going to pay the money, or they will accept what they have inherited and work on it. You have not done so. You have not listened to them. And you are saying that you are going to petition the state. And look at the rule. The lawyer that they spoke to what should I even put it? Negotiated with them. Maybe they have not told you this. The lawyer.
Vamao. They told me their lawyer is Vamao.
Good. The lawyer that they hired had negotiated with them.
I thought it was pro bono. It was free.
It is not free. Maybe they have not told you this. Look, what they said was that those who agree that they should sue the government should bring their names. I will send you the Google way. Should bring their names, their details, their NABCO number, and that data will be submitted. If they get paid, the 30% of the money will be collected and will be given to the lawyer.
Okay.
So the lawyer is going to do it for free, but later when they are paid, there will be contribution. 30% of the data that they will get, trainees that will subscribe to that call, there will be 30% deduction from their stipend to the lawyer.
I see.
And so, my brother, it's not like I was in support of it some years ago, and today I am not in support of it. The atmosphere has changed. The government that was so responsible that if we had sued that particular government, it would have gained momentum, or if we had sued the state at the time, we could have had public sentiment over that matter. They are no more. So you don't use that aggressive posture again. There's a new government. The government can even say that I'm not going to pay NABCO arrears. Do you know that? The government can say that I'm not going to pay NABCO arrears. I'm not going to pay. Rather, I am going to establish jobs. I'm going to create jobs for these beneficiaries to have access, get employed, and then have a meaningful life. The government can decide to do so.
I see.
So if we are pleading with the government, it is a new government. Let's sit them down, provide them with the necessary support, accurate data. Let them do forensic audits on the scheme. A lot of things went on the scheme.
Okay,
a lot of things went on the scheme.
Nana, before we get back to that lot of things, you see, I've tried engaging some of the NABCO beneficiaries, and right now they are also confused, especially when they realize you release some statements saying they shouldn't give their details to that proposed link. Is it true you've released something like that?
Yeah, I've released something like that. Why would you ask publicly that someone should provide his ID card number, voter's ID card number, telephone number, when you know that that particular link that you have created, it can be intercepted by anyone and get that details and then use it for whatever interests them. It is very dangerous. Very dangerous. You have not issued any press statement, an official statement. Where did they get that power from?
So
that if you are NABCO beneficiary, provide your phone number, provide your identity, your identification number, so on and so forth. Document without even, first of all, issuing a press statement from your outfit for them to know the genuineness of the whole matter. You created, two feeble Google link, and then you ask beneficiaries to provide their Ghana card, their ID number, which you know that fraudsters can intercept that data and then use these numbers to, do whatever that to perpetrate crime and all that.
but
So
please,
immediately when I was
Nana, I want to ask, what number do you, as NABCO beneficiary, do you use to identify yourself? Do you guys have unique number, or is it a Ghana card number?
they asked, we have our NABCO number.
And is it part of the requirement?
It is not even part of the requirement.
So,
NABCO number was not part of the.
So how do you know those failing are NABCO trainees?
And exactly that is the more reason why I said that. That is the more reason why I said that particular link or information that they put forth, there was no sense in it.
Do you suspect something fishy in it? Do you suspect something?
Exactly, but no, my brother. Let's reason here. You said you want to sue the government. You claim you are representing the whole NABCO beneficiaries, and so you want to sue the government. And then you develop a link. You ask trainees to input their relevant data, ID card, Ghana number, telephone number onto that link. When they do not have any idea about the exercise that you want to embark on. It was very dangerous. So I was just prompted by session of NABCO beneficiary. Nana, is this information coming from you? This is what we have intercepted. We have no idea about it. So tell me, so send it to me, let me see. So they sent it and I opened and I realized that this group, they are demanding for their number, their ID card and all that, even to the extent of passport picture. Asking them to fill in, provide their passport picture for what? My brother, for what?
Passport picture is part of the requirement, but NABCO reference number is not part.
Yeah, passport picture is part of the requirement, but NABCO number isn't part.
Wow.
So that particular data, does it provide any empirical evidence or prima facie? Will it provide any prima facie evidence to the court?
That's questionable. Very, very questionable. But Nana, it seems some section of the NABCO trainees are of the view that you are also you wanted to play the role of Okatechie in MPP. You want to do same in NDC. They are saying Okatechie was preventing any moves from them, and now you are also preventing any move that they make. Are you guys having any agenda? Is that true?
My brother, if I foresee that session of trainees who are not even influential in the media space are taking or embarking on any particular exercise that will have an adverse effect of the rest of NABCO beneficiaries or the innocent NABCO beneficiaries, I have to intercept. Okay. Those who are saying that I want to play the role of Okatechie in the MPP now in the NDC, they should ask themselves that how many days or how many months has the NDC spent that I have acted like Okatechie? You see, they are only prejudging. Do they know my plans? And do they know what I have tabled to embark on to hold this government accountable in a diplomatic way with regards to NABCO arrears. Yes, I will agree that this government should pay NABCO beneficiaries. But I will not agree that this government to use the very data that was used by the previous government to pay NABCO arrears. I will not agree to that effect.
Why?
My position is that before this government agrees to pay NABCO beneficiaries arrears, there should be a formation of committee to probe further into NABCO related matters. It was a flagship program. A lot of things could have happened that we have no idea of. Let's use national service for an example. Look at what happened. So we cannot waste money. The government cannot waste money. The government cannot waste money. And so, for instance, to ascertain the accurate data, okay, to ascertain the accurate data of beneficiaries who stayed at post, who worked within the 9-month period. It is simplicity. An audit must be done on the scheme to reaffirm and to reassure the public the amount of budgetary allocation, the amount of actual money that was spent on the NABCO scheme, whether it is equivalent to the number of trainees that were paid within the 3-year period or not, so that whoever will be found culpable will be held responsible. This is my position.
Why this suggestion?
My position.
Do you suspect something? Why this suggestion?
My brother, a lot of things happened. You see, I said that. And then you said, so we will come back to that issue later.
So can you tell me something about what really happened? You guys were part of the whole thing. We report what you guys say to us.
That is why I'm saying that they reactivated the portal. Is that not so?
Yeah, that's true.
And do you know what the most interesting thing? When they reactivated the portal, former NABCO beneficiaries who, through their own, dealings and connections, had job either in the private sector or in the public sector, and declined. The word here is declined from the scheme.
Okay.
Also receive message to open to their portal and submit their monthly forms. They had declined from the scheme for the past 2 years, 3 years old. When there was reactivation of the portal, they received message that they should go back to their portal and then provide their monthly timesheet for them to be paid. And do you know what this group of people did?
What happened?
They quickly went back to their former station where they worked as NABCO beneficiaries.
Okay.
And then pleaded with the heads of the institutions to sign their timesheet for them. They uploaded all the 9 months. Meanwhile, they didn't work.
Meaning,
so
if
today
they are supposed to pay those people to receive a free salary, is that what you are saying?
Exactly. If they are supposed to pay today, even those who worked, those who stayed at post for the 9 months, some may not get. But those who have had permanent employment through their own connections and dealings and have declined from the scheme for the past 1 year, 2 years may receive. This is the whole thing. Because they also had the message and they found their way to remember or to recall their password and then entered their particulars on the software program or on the portal.
I
see. If they are to pay today, those people are also going to be paid. Meanwhile, they didn't stay at post. They didn't work for the 9 months.
I
So that is
see.
why I'm saying I have a friend who had gotten appointment in 2020. He had his appointment in 2020 and had declined from the scheme for the past 4 years. When NABCO headquarters sent the message for reactivation of the portal, could you believe that he also had message?
But I heard
And
they put a system on the portal, and after everything, those who had appointment, they were all rejected. So why all this accusation again?
my brother, the issue is that some were notified
Okay.
and were rejected. Some were notified and were rejected. As at now, we do not have any data that indicates to us that these are the people who found their way onto the portal and were rejected. And these are the people who genuinely remained at post and worked for the 9 months. We do not have that data here. Nobody has come to tell us the differences.
Okay.
And so that is the reason why I said that it will be very expedient for the government, the new government, to audit the NABCO scheme. A lot of things happened. A lot. Look, a lot of things. I'm saying that a lot of things happened. And I am ready in any day to be part of that committee that will do the forensic audit.
Really?
I am telling you, I am ever ready to be part, and my team.
It
We
looks
are
like
ready to be part of the.
you are certain that some rot did happen under the scheme.
Oh, but we exposed a lot of people during the section of NABCO. We exposed a lot of people. People were not working, but they were receiving money.
Wow.
But people spoke against us. I was threatened severally for speaking out the truth. That is why I'm saying that when the committee is established, probably I'll be part of the committee and I will provide all the relevant essential documents that will help them succeed and audit the scheme so that, look, we get the accurate data so that government will not be wasting money on people who never worked.
I see. Nana, we will leave you, but before we go, I have two quick questions for you. The first question is, what will you say to NABCO trainees who thinks your agenda is for your personal interest?
I have fought for them since the inception of the scheme, way back 2018. I have been the major mouthpiece for the NABCO trainees. In fact, the demonstrations that we have organized as members of the scheme, they were all championed by Nana Tichi and his cohort and his people, Nana Berma, Nana Frank Kwanza and Ku. We have always been there for them. Even where we are not supposed to go, we went on their behalf. When people avail themselves to support the government of the day at the time, when they were against us for holding the government accountable, when they asked them to trust the process, we were there and we helped them. Look, the media, NABCO issues became topical in the media because of me.
For that one, it's
The
true.
public.
We saw you all over the media.
Yes, the public became aware of NABCO arrears because of me, the number of letters that I wrote, and the number of engagement I had with them. If I was having an agenda, I would not use my personal money sometimes as transportation. we will not worry ourselves to use our own money for transportation and for the organization of, demonstrations. Why? Because I am also owed by the government. If government pays the money today, I am also going to be paid as NABCO beneficiary. So where from the interest?
I see. Nana, the last question.
Where from?
The last question. Right now, I received a message as I'm talking to you. The message that I've received right now is that you are not a NABCO trainee. How do you respond to that?
It is useless message. Sorry to say that. It is very useless message. I am not a NABCO trainee. Why would Dr. Ayans invite me to the YEA headquarters? And when every NABCO beneficiary was asked to provide his NABCO number.
Really?
After providing my NABCO number and all that, why didn't they come out to tell the public that I'm not a NABCO trainee? I gave them the institution that I worked as NABCO beneficiary. Gave them the address, gave them my NABCO number and all that. Why didn't they use that one to tell the whole public that Nana Techi is not a NABCO beneficiary? It is just useless.
So why do you think your people on the other side will put it in the public that you are not a NABCO trainee? Why?
Because they were in bed with the government and they had wanted the media to see me as an opposition member who is not part of the NABCO scheme but want to speak for NABCO trainees. I was very influential. So I was a threat to them that this guy is succeeding in making our government unpopular. What other way what method can we use to, dent the image, the credibility of this guy so that the media will not even interview this guy regarding NABCO issues? So that is where they brought in that idea. Let's create a smoke screen to the public that he's not a NABCO trainee.
So as you are talking right now, you can prove at any point that you were a NABCO trainee.
My friend, my brother. my porter, whatever they did, I did some. Any instructions that we were asked to do, we were given. I did. I opened my portal, I filled in everything. And so the relevant question is that why is it that when we all met, these people who are saying I'm not a NABCO beneficiary, when we went to the YEA headquarters, they had the opportunity to have challenged me in front of Dr. Ibrahim Ayas that I am not a NABCO beneficiary. Do you know that could have amounted to arrest? I hope you are aware.
Yeah, impersonation.
Very good, impersonation. So if I am not a NABCO beneficiary, why would I be speaking, claiming that I'm NABCO's beneficiary and be speaking to the media, be handling all interviews and all that, conversant with whatever happened on the scheme? Mr. Ibrahim Ayas, this is the guy. He's not a NABCO beneficiary. They should arrest him. Nobody raised that matter. Nobody raised it. So one intelligent guy on one particular platform said, hey, today all of you met Nana Techi, you went to the YEA together. Somebody that you have tagged that he's not a NABCO beneficiary. Today he's a NABCO beneficiary, and you could not raise that in front of Dr. Ibrahim Ayas. Someone asked that question on our page.
Nana, if you don't mind, can you let us know where you took your NABCO duties?
It is even in the public domain that I worked as NABCO beneficiary in a Jumaku and Esiam district.
Were you
I was under the Educate Ghana Modo.
So you were in classroom?
Worked as a teacher.
Which school?
Teaching ICT. The school name is Enyan Denchira DA Basic School. Enyan Denchira. Enyan Denchira DA Basic School. That is where I had